I took the weekend off to recharge my batteries, but now I am back. What's up, guys? GeorgeTheCloud here. Welcome to the channel and welcome to my life. I don't even know if I can say this on YouTube, so I'm just gonna go with R and Freezing by Alice Cooper. I'm just trying to be careful. This is a request by Brad Taggart. Thank you so much for the coffee and the support. So this is from the 1973 album Billion Dollar Babies, which I've reacted to before. I've done not the album, but different songs from the album. You can find them here on my channel. And I don't think I've ever heard this song. The title is, I feel like I would have remembered it. And I actually tried looking up on YouTube to see if other people had reacted to the song because, like I said, it's such a strong title that maybe it's not allowed. And I didn't see not a single reaction to this song on all of YouTube. So maybe I'm the first person to do it. If for some reason I can't put it on YouTube, then it will be on Patreon. But yeah, here we go. Just so you guys know, I am now doing live art streams on my main YouTube channel and on Twitch. You can catch me drawing on there in real time. And if you have interesting videos you'd like me to check out, please go to my coffee page or Patreon. Grab some popcorn, fill up your water, put your headphones on, and let's see. Finally got a ride this old road down from Finally got a ride this old road down from Santa Fe. She was a real go-getter. She draws so sweetly. Think, child, the things will get better. We pulled off the highway. Night black is a widow. Yeah, I read the Bible, she said. I wanna know of you. Hey, I think I got a line for hey. I think I found a line for hey. I think I got a line for yeah, yeah. Think I got a line for okay, boys. Felt like I was hit by a diesel load of Greyhound bus. She was no babysitter. Good now, sugar. Never thought she'd be a quitter. I opened the back door. She was greedy. I ran through the desert. She was chasing. No time to get dressed, so I was naked, stranded in Chihuahua. Hey, I think I got a line for hey. Yeah, I got a line for hey. I think I got a line for hey. Oh, got a line for. Is that like a cowbell? Strange. Uh, just really odd. Uh, you're probably expecting more from this reaction. Don't worry, I will dive deeper. First things first, we hit the like. I am subscribed, and I'll have a link of the original video down in the description below. So I'm gonna look up the lyrics here because there's some of the parts I was not able to understand like perfectly. So I just want to see what the lyrics say over here. And I was waiting to see if he was going to say the title of the song. He did at the end. He did, in fact. Man, I have to go to Spotify for this? No way. Is this gonna is this gonna work? No, it's not even here. This is okay, no, it is. All right. Um I think I've got a live one. That is what I thought he was saying, but I was trying to figure out what he meant by that because I do remember a part where he mentioned like his babysitter and something like he was trying to get away from her, like he was going to the desert. She was there. He was going to some place. She was like behind them. And he went all the way down to Mexico. And then that's when we started hearing this completely different sound design where it felt more like festive, more like cheery. Maybe you're like by the beach, something like that with the cowbell. Hey, I think I've got a live one. Hey, yeah, I got a live one. Um, Alone, R and freezing, alone, cold and sneezing. There's. Let me see if we can decipher this here in real time. I finally got a ride from some broad down from Santa Fe. She was a real go-getter. She drawled so gently. I think, child, the things will get better. And we pulled off the highway, night black as a widow. Yeah, I read the Bible, she's saying. I want to know of you. So, disturbing information in this song. And, the fact that he's throwing like a Bible in here as well as the title of the song. Uh, so contradicting, like we gotta there's like some sort of clash here. And I know that the whole point is that he's theatrical. I don't take this seriously at all, so just understand, right? Felt like I was hit by a diesel or a Greyhound bus. She was no babysitter. Get up now, sugar. Never thought you'd be a quitter. Well, what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna go for meaning. Are we ever gonna see, I feel like this is a very specific song. No one has reacted to it. There's not that much information about it. And even here, usually the AI has information for me. There's like the synopsis on here. Song meaning. Maybe this time? So R and Freezing by Alice Cooper, featured on the 1973 album Billion Dollar Babies, is a high-energy glam rock song that deals with themes of sexual harassment, exploitation, and vulnerability, presented with a dark, humorous twist typical of the band's shock rock style. That's what it is, shock rock. So they're definitely talking about sexual harassment. And yeah, it's almost like this is some sort of fantasy of him being younger and being around older women, right? Because he said he was getting a ride, so he's probably, not old enough to drive. And then he mentioned, like, yeah, she was no babysitter, but he did say babysitter. So it's like a young version of, a man dealing with older women that are sexually harassing him, and he's just trying to get away. And this becomes sort of a nightmare situation with the imagery that we're seeing. Like, I'm picturing driving down the highway at night, and it just gets kind of ominous, but it does have that humorous twist, let's say it. The song tells the story of a man who's aggressively pursued and taken advantage of by a woman after catching a ride in New Mexico. The title and lyrics explore a reversal of traditional gender roles in narratives of harassment, with the narrator feeling R and freezing after being chased. That's a good point because normally we see the opposite, right? I think, for the most part, when you think about sexual harassment, it's uh, women that it happens to by men, right? Not the opposite, although it is a reality, but it's just, a small percentage of the cases. The album explores sick perversions and scandalous topics. According to bassist Dennis Dunaway, this track in particular was seen as a hilarious and gorgeously catchy take on sexual harassment. Hilarious and gorgeously catchy take on sexual harassment. Okay. Musically, it is driven by a Little Richard-esque piano note and a strong guitar riff, creating a fast-paced theatrical sound. It is fast-paced. That's why, like, it makes me feel like I am moving maybe on a car, car on the highway. And I did enjoy some of the guitar elements on there, like the riffs, the guitar solos. Yeah, it does feel like, yeah, just like I'm watching some sort of like cartoon, like a soundtrack to a chase in a cartoon. The topic is pretty serious, but they're somehow making it into like this, you know, uh, as they say here, shock rock style tune that is more digestible, right? As opposed to then actually like talking about this topic in like a serious song, right? That would have a completely different vibe. And this is one of those songs that, we have to understand that it's from 1973. Society was different, people were different, standards have changed. It is not a song that would fare well today. I feel like it would get a lot of backlash from, just like most people, because now, you have to deal with, oh, how was the reception of this, not just on the charts, but in social media, right? What are people doing with the music video? You might get even like reactors, right? But going more in depth in like us, analyzing and being like, this is my critique of the song and why it's, affecting us and stuff like that. Social media, people, maybe even trying to cancel a song like this one. I feel like that could happen today. So just from my point of view, I see it as, this happened back then, and yeah, it's just it's his style, right? It's like when we talk about comedy, I feel like anything could go in comedy, right? Like I don't have that much of a strong opinion, but I'm not one to be against comedians talking about certain topics. I don't think there is a limit or an exception really, because if you do that for one thing, then you have to do it for others, and before you know it, you have a list. Then you're like, oh, I can't talk about then. Like, what's the point, right? Comedy is supposed to make light of topics that are serious, and in a way, music can do the same thing. So that's how I'm seeing it, guys. Let me know in the comments how you felt about the song, if you enjoy it. And yeah, like your thoughts on the song when it came out back then versus how you would see people reacting to it now. I actually want to see some of the comments here. Dennis Dunaway rules this. Great track, still one of the greatest albums ever. That's the people talking a lot about the album. Great hit. Alice coming to see you tonight. If this happened to be in the set list, this old boy would be in heaven. She was no babysitter, lol. Great rock song. Underrated. And that's the thing. I feel like it might be underrated because of the strong language of the song, especially the title. If they had just changed the title to something else, it would have been a lot more commercial. But because of it, then, you understand already that you're gonna, slash a huge part of the demographic, because now this is, uh, rated R, probably at least, of legal age, and a lot of people are not going to, go into it and stuff like that. But that is my reaction to it. Let me know how you felt. If you have suggestions, please comment, subscribe, and at the end, do a flip. Till the next.